Hi, welcome to the channel. Today I'm reacting to an older video from AiirSource Military. This is Paratroopers static line jump from the C-17. Let's get to it. That is a C-17 Globemaster 3, I believe, which was manufactured by Boeing. They were mostly manufactured in the, I want to say the 1990s. And I believe they made about 270 of them, maybe. Okay, so that's obviously their chute on their back. Okay, so I can't really show it. Maybe I'll go back, but in front, they have something with a red handle, and that's actually their reserve chute. And that guy is wearing his deployment patch of the 101st Airborne. The soldiers on this plane are going to be 101st, and the 82nd was also flying as well. And there we go. And the sad thing is, well, it's not sad, but a lot of soldiers today just don't have that deployment patch anymore, because obviously the big wars have ended. See that red handle there? That's what I was talking about. And the bag that is underneath, or that's kind of in front of them down, that's their rucksack. But C-17s, they are used by many different countries. The Indian Air Force, Canada, I want to say Kuwait, Australia, the Royal Air Force. This jump was a part of some sort of like joint operational demonstration week during All-American Week at Fort Bragg some years ago. I'm not sure if they do it every year or not. So they're doing all their final checks, they're hooking on. It's a static line, so as they jump, it pulls the parachute. So C-17s, you can configure them to haul troops, airborne soldiers, equipment, and you can even use them for medevac missions. For airborne operations, I believe a C-17 can hold 102 soldiers with gear. But you might remember that famous picture of it was the evacuation of Kabul airport, was it 2021? Of all those, it was like 800 Afghanis who were just like cramped in the cargo area of the C-17. In that picture during the evacuation, yes, I believe this is the same airplane. U.S. Airborne School is at Fort Benning. Well, now it's called Fort Moore. It's named after Lieutenant General Hal Moore, who was commanding officer from the Mel Gibson movie, We Were Soldiers. The Airborne School is about 3 weeks, and to be an airborne jump master, the person who trains the airborne, that's also about 3 weeks as well. And you have to be E5, so an NCO or higher. And there's other requirements as well, of course. So airborne units are typically a little larger than normal infantry units, just because you expect to have some casualties on a drop zone, even in peacetime. I have done...
Sir, pretty well. Loved it. Very nice.
Did you land nicely?
You can say that. I'm all okay, ma'am. All okay.
Good attitude. I actually did medical coverage once on a landing zone back in Germany. I think it was the airborne from Vicenza, Italy, who came to Germany, and they did this drop. They first did a equipment drop, and then they dropped about 1,000 airborne soldiers. And out of 1,000 soldiers, there was about 50 casualties, or actually injuries, people being stuck in trees or just hard landings. And we actually had to do 9 medevacs of soldiers out there via helicopter, and then other soldiers had to get evacuated via ambulance. I mean, it was a huge mass cow, and I'll never forget that day. But yes, you will get more casualties in the airborne unit, and that's why they're larger. And everyone who's watching, including medical personnel, do have to be a certain distance away from the LZ. Because obviously you don't want people landing on vehicles or on people. And that landing zone is called the Sicily Landing Zone at Fort Bragg, which I think might be called Fort Liberty now? Or no, that's Fort Jackson? I don't remember. Yeah, and that bag that he was carrying has his M4. And yes, the U.S. Army does reuse the parachutes. You know, obviously, once the riggers get them back, they have to be cleaned and they have to be inspected. Then they get put back into the rotation. And the riggers, they actually have to remain on jump status as well. I want to say it's every 3 months you have to jump in order to get the jump pay, which is $150 a month approximately. Whereas the Halo, that is, I think, closer to $250 a month. And rigger school, I want to say, is about 12 weeks. But those C-17s, though, they can carry a huge payload. I want to say it's 175,000 pounds. So they can even transport an Abrams tank. So that was a fun video. I was never airborne qualified. However, I do have a basic knowledge of airborne operations just because I've been in the military for so long. If you did learn something from this video or got any value, I would appreciate a like, sub, or a comment. And if you do want to check out what airborne school is all about, then here you go. Thanks for watching.